Cindy Locks ASMR. So the next chapter is Pisces, the Dreamer. Date February 18th to March the 20th. The Pisces constellation is symbolized by two fish swimming in the opposite direction. Interesting, isn't it? Various factors went into assigning this symbol to this constellation. Let's start with the obvious one. The two fish swimming in the opposite direction perfectly mirrors the Piscean complex. To understand this, you need to be familiar with this constellation's history and effect. Pisces is the last zodiac sign, making it the oldest of all the zodiac signs. The Pisces sign has ancient knowledge instilled within it. They are strongly connected to the spirit world, whether they like it or not. It is just the way they are. That being said, Pisces struggle to keep up with their earthly lives. A part of them wants to live in their head and their dream world. This part may want to engage in spiritual activities and not pay attention to the world. The other part of them recognizes that they have a life and they need to make the most of it. It knows that they have earthly responsibilities to tend to, and they cannot ignore them until it goes away. Astrologists describe this as a dilemma of the ego and spirit. A Pisces ego recognizes the urgency of tending to materialistic things, while the spirit is comfortable with not engaging with the world. Hence, the two fish swim in opposite directions. Now you know the reason behind the opposite directions part, but why are they fish? Where did this come from? Well, this goes back to the constellation's rulership in mythology. Neptune has rulership over Pisces. This planet also governs water, so it will only be fitting to give this constellation a fish or two as a symbol. The mythology behind this symbol dates back to ancient Egypt. Ancient Egyptians had acute observations of the sky, and they noticed that when the Nile reached its peak during its flooding season, the Pisces constellation would be in the sky. Historians found this symbol painted on the inside of an ancient Egyptian tomb dating back to 2300 BC. According to the Greek mythology, the two fish represent Eros and Aphrodite. Who latched onto the backs of two fish while escaping Typhon, the terrifying monster in mythology. After the gods successfully escaped this frightening creature, they honored the fish by making them into two Pisces constellations. Pisces is I believe. This constellation is mainly concerned with spiritual and intellectual transcendence. Pisces has an innate faith in humanity's divine essence. They don't need to prove to others that every one of a divine source. They just treat them as such. This strong faith or belief system is why a Pisces does not bother with a lot of things. They do not need to justify their spirituality to others. They just know or believe. The Pisces strengths are compassionate, empathetic, grateful, intelligent, intuitive, kind, musically gifted, spiritual. Their weaknesses: easily influenced, impulsive, lack confidence, lack discipline, manipulative, moody. Their pet peeves: inconsiderate people, overpacked days, rudeness. The ruling planet, Neptune, rules this constellation as the ruler of the subconscious and spirit realm. The effect on this planet is very prominent. Pisces is a water sign, which means they are intuitive, sensitive, and have emotional depth. They are blessed with psychic abilities, and their intuition is sharp. They like to be by the water, which is caused by the planet. Oh, excuse me. I just had some seltzer water. They feel like they are at home when they are near or in the water. They are very dreamy, just like this planet. However, this may manifest in various ways. These individuals might receive prophetic dreams or spend their day daydreaming. The planet rules the subconscious, water, secrets, and what we cannot see. It also rules addiction, drugs, isolation, mental institution, and prison. Pisces placements are not going to mirror the planet completely, but Neptune's energy definitely shapes this constellation. Their sun sign, Pisces sun sign, is highly empathetic, romantic, sensitive, dreamy, and spiritual. These natives are blessed with emotional depth. Of course, this can sometimes seem like a blessing and a curse, but this gift greatly aids them in their life mission. People ruled by Pisces are very artistically talented. Their talents may be related to music or painting, but they are definitely not limited to these categories. Regardless of the nature of their talent, this sun sign has a great amount of creativity. Their creative energy fuels anything they are genuinely interested in, which inevitably makes them shine. They might suffer from a concentration problem, and their attention span may not be the best. They also feel too much and get affected by everything around them. This does more harm than good because Pisces sun finds it challenging to find their own voice amidst all of them. emotions they have absorbed from the outside. Their moon sign. Pisces moon signs are very intuitive. They sense the energy in the room as soon as they enter it. Their feelings about people are accurate. They most likely have natural psychic abilities. This is not to say that every Pisces moon has the same psychic ability. Every chart should indicate what kind of gift they have. Some receive prophetic visions, others receive dreams, and etc. They also are very spiritual. They may not be religious, but they lead spiritually rich lives. They most likely partake in activities that leave their spirit feeling content and serene. Pisces moon is advised to follow their spiritual paths because it is detrimental to their mental health. These individuals have a heightened sensitivity. They can anticipate people's moods and provide care before anyone asks for it. They are also compassionate and caring. They care about everyone's emotional and mental well-being. These people make great friends and are often an integral part of their friends' support system. Their emotions may blind them from time to time. Their feelings are often exaggerated, and this creates a thick mental fog. They shouldn't always act on their strong feelings because things can be unfavorably. Their rising sign. People often find Pisces risings confusing. Their personality seems to be altered frequently. This may also have to do with the fact that they are emotionally and energetically sensitive. Furthermore, they will often mirror a particular person's energy. This behavior will persist until they learn to put boundaries between themselves and others. Another possible reason for this is that they want to be liked, which is understandable. However, finding their individuality will make them much happier individuals. In terms of physical attributes, Pisces risings have shiny eyes and small hands. Overall, people view them as compassionate, caring, loving. Pisces risings are also consummate daydreamers. They often seem out of reach, as if their minds are constantly elsewhere. They might be using escape as a coping mechanism, which is okay until it is out of balance. They often overdo it or use dangerous means to escape, so they need to be wary of this habit. Sign is the mysterious Scorpio, October 23rd to November 21st. Scorpio is one of the most misunderstood constellations, even in ancient times. Firstly, the constellation symbol is the scorpion's tail, not the arachnid itself. I hope I pronounced that right. This is significantly interesting because this constellation symbol is part of a creature. You might be asking yourself why. Well, the answer could be found in Greek mythology. One day, Orion and Artemis were out hunting, and they were known for their professional skills. As they were capturing beasts, Orion pompously bragged that he could hunt down all the beasts that roam the earth if he wanted to. Oh, God. I feel like I'm sweating. Gaia, the goddess of the earth, heard him and was not pleased with his disrespectful manner towards her creatures. In return, Gaia sent down Scorpius, a giant venomous scorpion, to kill Orion and avenge the beast. After a long battle between the two, Scorpius stung Orion and threw his corpse into the water. The battle sent tears trickling from Athena's eyes as she prayed to Zeus to help her. At her request, Zeus honored both Orion and Scorpius by turning them into constellations in the heavens. Scorpios are known for their determination, vengeful spirits. Both of these qualities can be found in Scorpius, the creature that fought unto the end and avenged Earth's beast. The more you read about this constellation, the more you will understand its attributes and characteristics. The key phrase for the Scorpio is I desire. Fun fact about this constellation, it rules the genitalia. No wonder its key phrase is I desire. However, it is much deeper than this. Pluto rules Scorpio. This planet mainly rules over transformation, but it also rules power dynamics, sex, death, and rebirth. A lot of intensity surrounds this sign, and Scorpios carry this intensity within them. Excuse me. This intensity precludes logic in a Scorpio's mind and makes them have a black and white mentality. In other words, they have a binary mindset. If they are not the most powerful, then they are the weak. For instance, a lot of Scorpios are power hungry or have a problem with authority, so they will work to reach high levels in society just to feel powerful. Other Scorpios will work to have ownership over necessary and unnecessary items. This can translate in different ways with Scorpios. There is not necessarily one single narrative they follow. It also depends on the kind of placements that exist with this sign. One Scorpio may outgrow this mentality and adopt a new one. After all, Scorpios is. About transformation, other Scorpios may stagnate and feel stuck in their mindset. Scorpios can also be quite materialistic. They might fixate on worldly things, whether status, property, or anything that strokes the ego. Materialism can make them feel confident and secure, but it also makes them arrogant and worldly. The Scorpio strengths are brave, determined, emotional, insightful, passionate, perceptive, psychic, sensitive, sex appeal, transformative. Their weakness, they're clingy, insecure, jealous, paranoid, possessive, unforgiving, vindictive. The pet peeves are being challenged, disrespectful, attitude, and prying eyes. Ruling planet, as referenced earlier, Pluto rules this constellation. This is one of the heaviest planets energetically. Astrologers also associate this planet with transformation. This association elevates some heaviness of this planet and sends the wrong message. Pluto is about transformation, but it's not as peaceful as a worm going into its cocoon. Pluto wreaks havoc before you are transformed. These phases are painful, and it feels as if your world is falling apart. After this This phase is over. You welcome your new self to life, knowing it did not come into the world easily. As you welcome your new self, you grieve your old self in the process. This is why this planet rules death and rebirth. Pluto's death is more of an ego death than literal physical death, but still, its death is painful and intense, so brace yourself. Pluto rules sex, sexuality, and primal urges. Certain Plutonian placements can indicate many things in regard to these topics. Some people may have sexual problems or active sexual lives. They may be addicted to sex or like sexual promiscuity. They may have challenges with power dynamics in sex or unorthodox sex activities. People with certain Pluto placements may have a sexual awakening in regard to their own sexuality or gender. They might go into transformative phase to find who they are in terms of their sexuality, gender, and who they are in their sexual lives. This planet also rules the occult and anything that is unknown or hidden in nature. This is why Scorpios are secretive and mysterious. They are like an onion that you need to peel until the end, until you reach the core. Their sun sign. People often think that Scorpios are dark and dangerous, but that would be an oversimplification. Scorpios are not either, but they will let you believe they are. Scorpios are sensitive and emotional. They are one of the water signs after all. They are capable of feeling a lot of emotions at once, and it gets the best of them. They are prone to feeling overwhelmed by their emotions and may partake in impulsive behaviors. The nature of the emotions is behind their vindictive mindset. When someone hurts a Scorpio, Scorpios take it personally and plan to strike back. They are calculating and strategic and do not mind waiting a long time to get their revenge. Revenge is a dish better served cold is a proverb that definitely applies to them. People often do not see it coming, and after they have been stung by a Scorpio, they are often left in disbelief. This quality made Scorpios prone to living in the past and fixated on their wounded ego. It also makes them unforgiving and prone to having a cold, dark heart that is weighed by burdens and only they can remember. They often live with their pain alone. This is why most Scorpios are lonely at heart. The rest is purely for show. One more positive note, they can make loyal and productive friends. They are also determined to reach their goal no matter what stands in the way. They are hard-working individuals and are not easily scared by life challenges. They can easily enter a meditative mindset thanks to their psychic abilities. Water signs are in touch with the universe's magic and emotions, so it makes sense that Scorpios are psychic. Their intuition is that at its sharpest when they feed their spirit and partake in spiritual activities. Their moon signs, Scorpio moon signs, have an intense emotional life. They have great emotional and psychological depth. Displacement is a difficult one to live with for the most part because people who have their moon in Scorpio are prone to dark moods. Their emotional life is not particularly balanced. They go to the extreme sides of the spectrum. They are also very private and do not reveal all their cards at once. They need to really trust someone to reveal who they are, and even when they do, they don't reveal everything all at once. According to astrologists, people with a placement have a mother wound that needs work. They might have a problem with their vulnerability, confidence, and self-esteem. These people can make great psychologists because they understand emotional, and particularly sensitive. If they have an artistic placement, they can put their feelings and sensitivity into use. This way, they can express themselves in a way that does not threaten them. These individuals are very intuitive and physically gifted. Their sixth sense will depend on the kind of placement that they have, but whatever it is, it is powerful. The more Scorpio moons work on their psychic gift, the sharper it will become. The rising sign. People view Scorpio rising as mysterious and attractive. They feel like they cannot figure them out, which is part of their charm and sex appeal. This might offend some people, but those who are not afraid to approach Scorpio risings find it absolutely mesmerizing. Individuals with displacements are fearless but also a bit impulsive. They might make snap decisions without thinking them through or acting based on their feelings. This does not always end well for them. More often than not, they create their own challenges and blame them on life. These individuals struggle with financial security. They either spend a lot of time and energy worrying about it or put in a lot of time working to make a significant amount of money. They always want to make sure that they are financially secure. They are also a bit suspicious of people, making up narratives and believing them. This stems from trust issues they need to overcome, but unaware Scorpio rising people do not see that. They might think that people are out to get them or that anyone they come in contact with will try to hurt them. Water sign is the emotional Cancer, June 21st to July 22nd. The crab represents Cancers. This might seem strange at first, but the crab is a very fitting symbol for Cancerians. Crabs live in water, have hard shells that protect their soft bodies, and they like burying themselves in the warm sand. Cancers are a water sign, which is evident in their rich emotional life and sharp intuition. They develop thick skin or a tough exterior to protect themselves from getting hurt by others. They are aware of just how sensitive they are, so they need to mask their vulnerability. With a hard shell, they also often seek solitude and hide from the world because life can be very overwhelming for them. Fun fact about the constellation is that it was not always associated with the crab. Ancient Egyptians perceived this constellation as a scarab, which was considered divine at the time. In ancient Babylonia, assigned to the tortoise to this constellation. However, this changed when the ancient Greeks came along. The ancient Greeks associated this constellation with the crab as a tribute to the great crab that fought Hercules. This mythology involves Hercules completing the 12 tasks set by Hera. In the second labor, the crab tries to defend Hera by punching the hero. In response to the crab's attack, Hercules kills it. The goddess appreciated the crab's heroic act and honored it by placing it in the heavens. The Cancer's key phrase is "I feel." The moon rules Cancer's placement. One of the many things that the moon rules are his feelings. This is why most Cancerian placements begin their sentences with "I feel." These individuals have a deep emotional life. They are emotionally intuitive. They walk through life feeling everything that crosses their path. Of course, this exhausts them, which is what promotes their introversion. Of course, This exhausting, which is what promotes the introversion. The real world is too overwhelming for these sensitive individuals. This is why they tend to retreat from activities and social stimulation. They need to have some alone time to relax and check in with themselves. The Cancer strengths. They are compassionate empaths, humorous, intelligent, intuitive, and nurturing. They are protective, psychic, sensitive, and witty. Their weaknesses: brooding, manipulative, moody, sharp-tongued, and vindictive. Their pet peeves: criticism, forgetfulness, insensitivity, selfishness, superficiality. The ruling planet, the moon, rules this constellation. This luminary planet is associated with maternal instincts, home, family life, mothers, and roots. This is why individuals with remarkable Cancerian placements are often nurturing, caring, and loving. They are about familial connections. Not only do they care about their blood-related family members, but they can also find family and friends in other relationships. They are nurturing towards everyone, not just children. The moon also intuition, spiritual. The moon also rules intuition, spiritual knowledge, psychic abilities, emotions, and sensitivity. Natives ruled by the moon are intuitive and emotionally intelligent. They are able to sense the energies of animals, planets, objects, and people. They can walk into a room and immediately sense the vibrations in it. They are emotionally in tune with themselves and others. Their psychic abilities will be determined by the kind of placements they have, but usually people ruled by the moon exhibit different gifts. The sun sign. Cancer sun signs have caring personalities. They are nurturing, intelligent, funny, emotional. They can get easily swept away in their emotional life, which usually drags them down and leaves them with low energy levels. They are loving, giving, and while these are nice qualities, they often end up feeling hurt because other people don't reciprocate the same feelings or with the same intensity. This is why Cancers develop their hard shell so they can avoid getting used to or hurt by others. They do not want others to see them as sweet and loving. They want people to think they are tough and indifferent. Cancers are naturally strong people, but their strength lies in their ability to love and give, not in appearing indifferent to others' people's feelings. Unfortunately, when Cancerians are hurt or betrayed, they use their sharp claws to hurt those who have caused them pain. The moon sign. Cancer moon signs are sweet, loving individuals. They love tending to themselves and others. They have a deep understanding of other people's emotions. Individuals with this placement are most likely empaths. They feel every living creature and sympathize with them. They do not care for superficial conversations and interactions. They often get stuck in the past and can't let go of it. Especially if they are hurt, they are often overwhelmed by their sadness, which can get tiring. They are emotionally reactive, often impulsive. Once they develop emotional awareness, they will notice that they have obtained a better grip on their emotions. These individuals can anticipate people's wants and needs. They notice when people's energies drop and often feel like they want to tend to them. These individuals need to understand that they do not have to fix people or make them feel better all the time. They need to tend to themselves and not overextend themselves for the sake of others. The Cancer rising sign. Cancer risings have distinctly feminine appearances. People view them as welcoming individuals and enjoy being in their presence. Cancer's rising makes them feel at home. They are in their company. If you are a Cancer rising, then your chart ruler is the moon. This means that your mood is susceptible to change and changes frequently. This might emotionally exhaust you, so you need to learn ways to unwind and find practices that relax you. You also need to understand that the moon makes you intuitive and sensitive to people and creatures. You go about your day absorbing other people's emotions, so this is why it is vital to spend some time alone and learn how to create healthy emotional boundaries. The lack of these emotional boundaries could exhaust you emotionally, and you will feel burnt out eventually. Okay, that is the end of the water signs. The next chapter will be the air signs. The next chapter will be the air signs. I hope you guys enjoy this. Are you water signs? So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next